Welcome back to my channel. This is Tega. If this is your first time visiting this channel, you're very welcome. If you're a subscriber or you continue to visit this channel from time to time, thank you so much for coming back again. I really appreciate you. In this video today, I'll just be showing you how to make this 20-minute butterfly kaftan. So let's get started. So with this fabric, I've got self edge to self edge at 60 inches, and the total length of the fabric is 2.5 meters. So I'll be using the entire fabric for this kaftan. I'll be using an A4 paper as a demonstration before we go ahead. So here is the fabric, right, and that's the self edge to self edge over there, which is 60 inches. Right, and that's the length of the fabric, 2.5 meters. That's the entire length of the fabric, and that's what we'll be using for this kaftan. So you want to grab one hand of the fabric and fold it over like that across the length. Once folded, each side would have half of the entire length of the fabric. And that's the length I want for this kaftan. Then you want to fold it again across the self edge to self edge. Like I said, I'll be using the entire fabric, so you would have it folded like this on the fabric. Then that's the neckline. I want a bit of a roundy boat-like neckline. Once the neckline has been drafted, we'll go over to the shoulder. I'll be using the entire 30 inches for the length of the shoulder to the sleeve. And what you need to do next is to measure that edge from the edge of the paper. You want to come down for your sleeve area by 10 to 11 inches. But before you do that, you want to make sure you get your bust line first and your waistline. So you want to mark your shoulder to bust line measurement, the bust point, and divide the circumference of your bust by 4. Then add 2 inches ease allowance. Then make the marking on that side. Then the same applies to the waist, the shoulder to waist length, and also the circumference of your waistline divided by 4. Make the marking and connect it like this. You're gonna be stitching on the right side of the fabric, so your stitches will have to come from the bust all the way to your almost your hemline. You're gonna be leaving like allowance 10 to 11 inches before the hemline to give you that ease. So we're gonna be moving on to the fabric. We're gonna be applying the same technique as I've explained to you on the paper. So I've folded it across the length, and I've folded it again along the width, which is the self edge to self edge, as you can see here. For the neck width, I'll be making use of 3.5 inches, and for the neck depth, I'll be taking another 3.5 inches. You want to take this, or you want to go smaller, you can do a 3x3 depending on your choice. So I went ahead and curved the neckline properly. So you want to go to the edge of the sleeve there and come down by 1.5 inches. It's for the shoulder slope, which I did not show you on the paper. So that's 1.5 inches slope there. So you want to connect it to the neckline, right? And once that is done, you want to mark from your shoulder point to your bust point. The shoulder to your bust point is about 10.5 to 11 inches. If yours vary, you can mark accordingly. So I'm marking the shoulder to the bust point here. Once that is done, you want to divide your bust circumference by 4. Divide your bust circumference by 4 and add 2 inches for your ease allowance and make that marking, right? And you want to repeat the same process for your waistline. You want to do a shoulder to waistline as well. Make the marking, then you want to divide your waist circumference by 4 and add 2 inches ease allowance as well. This fabric is very stretchy. I'm using the stretchy fabric, so if it's not stretchy I might add more ease allowance, but this fabric is a stretch fabric. The most important of this kaftan is the bust and the waist, and I'll just draw an hairline for the rest of the kaftan, kind of a bit of a slant hairline, right? So after cutting the neckline, you want to cut the shoulder. So this is what you would have. I did cut a facing using the fabric I cut off from the shoulder and the neckline itself. So I did a bit of a patchwork for the facing. So what I'm gonna do here, don't forget we marked the bust and the waist. I'm gonna be applying pins in a bit before I start sewing. So here, as you can see, you wanna start off by sewing the shoulders together. Right, before anything, just sew the shoulder, taking half an inch. Then I went ahead with the facing and stitched the facing all around the neckline. Then this is the end result. The facing actually is like a bias. Using the bias, I applied 1 inch of width and the entire length of the neckline. So next I'm gonna apply pins to secure the fabric before stitching. Like I said before, because the fabric is delicate and stretchy, after sewing the shoulder I still went ahead to apply pins to hold it together. So here are the pins holding it from the bust to the waist, and I went ahead and stitched that together. Apply your stitches to the right side of the fabric and stitch all the sides as well. No rough edges left. This kind of kaftan does not have a separate sleeve, as you can see, and you can decide to sew an inner wear for this kaftan if you're using a see-through fabric. I have a tutorial on inner wear on my channel if you can check. Very simple, straightforward project. This isn't my size. This was made for an auntie, so this isn't my size. I'm just wearing it for the tutorial. As you can see here, it's a bit big for me. So guys, this is a simple project. You can wear this for any occasion using the right fabric. Like I said, this is a simple project. Thanks so much for watching. If this video has been helpful, remember to subscribe, like and share, and I'll see you in my next one. Till then, look after yourself and bye for now.